We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I drink? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. In today's journey, we are at Frome in the parish of Westmoreland and we're heading towards Greenland. Continue to sit back, continue to relax and continue to enjoy this journey with me. Now, did you listen to the interview I did with Adrian Lauren's sister yesterday? There is a lot more to come. You see, what persons must understand by now is that over here so, we pick a side. Yeah man, we pick a side. Only one side we pick, and that is the side of the truth. We are open to interview anyone who wants to be interviewed. You, the viewers and subscribers, you're not going to be interested in all of the interviews that we do. You're going to be saying that some of the interviews are a waste of time. That's your view. Nothing that I post is a waste of my time. So if you are wasting your time listening to it, just move on to another video. So like I said, there is more to come. But here is what a PlNG detective sent me. Listen to this.
Popeye, good night. You carry a story about Adrian Lawrence from Montpellier, Sandy Bay. But then say he missing drive a white Foxy. But what the sister they say, nothing no go say, here Popeye, nothing like what she a say. No go so about and say a watch in the watchman. Who set up Adrian and who this and who that. I am one of those persons who in the family and nothing like what that sister they say, no go say here a scamming money then kill Adrian for. They send Adrian for money and Adrian say he no get it and then kill Adrian and a whole heap of money over $30 million. They scam and they send Adrian for. Adrian say him no get it and then claim to say he get it, so I then kill him for. So I don't know what him may watch nobody claim to what the sister say. No go as how the sister they say. Them a watch a scamming money. All of them a scammer. Scamming money then kill Adrian for. Adrian Lawrence scamming money then kill him for. I don't know watch him a watch nobody. Right? So people fit tap tell lie and talk the truth. A scamming. He afraid we tell us they are scamming. The whole of them mix up, you know. That then kill Adrian for. You hear Popeye? Right.
You heard that? Like I said, there is a lot more to come. In the news today, the stealing of motor vehicles is on the rise. And this is right across Jamaica. Monday night, January 29, a 56-year-old lady, she parked her grey 2012 Toyota Vitz motor car under her garage at Amity District in the parish of Westmoreland. She then securely locked up her garage by locking the grill with a padlock. When she woke up yesterday morning, the car was missing. Hoodlums cut off the padlocks of the grill and thieved the car. Just like that. Also at Middlesex Avenue in the independent city of Portmore. Monday night, January 29, a 27-year-old architect. He parked and securely locked up his white 2018 Toyota Probox motorcar that he bought less than a month ago. He parked it at his home and he went to bed. When he woke up early yesterday morning, Hoodlums thieved the car. Boy, may I tell you. And still in Portmore, detectives have arrested and charged a guy named Theodore Anthony Barnett. He is 32 years old and he's living in the Palm Road, Westchester area of Waterford. Our information is that on Thursday, January 18, Theodore and a guy named Akeem, they went to a business place where they rented a blue 2016 Toyota Corolla motor car for it to be returned in 3 days' time. There was a tracking device on the car, and the very next day after it was rented, the owner for the car started receiving several messages that the tracking system was being compromised. The owner tried to contact Theodore, who had rented the car, but without success. Later that same Friday, the tracking device was found at the back of a house in the Patrick City area of Kingston, but the car was nowhere to be found. A report was made to the police, who commenced investigation. As a result, Theodore, he was picked up by the police, but the car was never ever found, and he has since been charged for larceny of a motor vehicle and conspiracy, and Theodore, he'll be going to the courts shortly. In this next story, I carried a story on Sunday. A lady, she was born on January 6, 1933, 91 years old, and she's living at Hopewell District in the Darliston area of Westmoreland. This lady, she lived alone, and she was in her home Saturday night, January 27, about 10 o'clock. A raper bull went to her 2-bedroom boardhouse where he removed several louver blades from a back window of the house. He entered the house, held down the lady, and did you know what with her. So when I carried that story on Sunday, at the end of the story, I told you that I have a lot to say, but I didn't want to say it then because I didn't want to interfere with the police investigation. You might have heard elsewhere that a person of interest has been taken into police custody in relation to this case. Well, that person of interest who was taken into custody was the grandson of the 91-year-old lady who was sexually assaulted. We are told that he's in his 40s. Our information is that DNA sample was taken and investigations are continuing. We are going to be updating this story as soon as more information becomes available. Stand by for that. And still in the parish of Westmoreland, a 35-year-old father, he has been arrested and charged by detectives at the Siswoka office for sexually assaulting his 15-year-old daughter. In order to protect the identity of the daughter, I will not be calling the father's name nor the district in Westmoreland where this took place, but the allegations are that on Sunday afternoon, January 21, about 3 o'clock, the 15-year-old girl, she was at her home with her father when her father called her into his bedroom. It is further alleged that he held her down on his bed and he had his way with her. When it was done, the young girl left the home and went straight to the police station where she made a report. The police, they commenced investigations, and last week, Wednesday, January 24, they carried out a raid in the community where the rapeable father, he was picked up by the police. On Monday of this week, he was officially charged. He was slapped with rape charges and he'll be going to the courts shortly. In this next incident, we are learning that a female tourist named Claudia Samuels, she is 33 years old and she was living in New Hampshire in the United States of America. She was seriously injured in a traffic accident last night, Tuesday, January 30, about 7:30. The accident, it took place in the vicinity of a restaurant along the West End Main Road in Negril in the parish of Westmoreland. Preliminary reports are that a white 2005 Toyota Mark X motor car, it was traveling along the main road when Claudia, she stepped into the path of the Mark X, causing a collision. As a result, she fell on the asphalted road where she received serious injuries. She was rushed to the Savannah Lamar General Hospital where she was admitted in a serious condition. But before we started recording this video, we received information that Claudia, she succumbed to her injuries. I'm going to be updating this story in a subsequent video. Stand by for that. Sad indeed. Now, in this next story, we are learning that early this morning, about minutes after 12 midnight, a team of police officers, they were on patrol in Montego Bay. On reaching the entrance of the Montego Bay bus park, two guys were seen. We are told that one of them was leaning against a motorcycle. The police accosted and searched them, and bingo. One black and blue one-strap bag was taken from one of them. We are told that the guy who the bag was taken from, he's popularly known as Tallman. He is 23 years old and he's living at Water Lily Crescent in the Norwood area of St. James. The one-strap bag that was taken from Tallman, it was found to contain one black and chrome Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with the serial numbers erased. It was affixed with a magazine containing 5 rounds of 9mm cartridges. So both Tallman and the other guy, who we are told were on a mission, they were taken into police custody. St. James Police, job well done. In this next story, we are learning that Monday night, January 29, about some minutes after 9 o'clock, residents of 4 East in Greater Portmore, they reportedly heard gunshots being fired and they called the police. When the police went and made checks, they saw a guy. He's known as Samuel and he's about 19 years old. We are told that Samuel, he's a student at the Portmore Art Academy and he's living in the Greater Portmore area. Samuel, he was seen lying beside a white Toyota Aqua motorcar with gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was transported by the police to a nearby hospital where he was admitted in a very serious condition. When the police processed this crime scene, a number of 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. Now, in this next story, the Westmoreland police, they are awaiting a postmortem to ascertain how a man met his demise. His name is Everton Clarke. Everton was 61 years old and he's originally from the Fort William area, but he was living at Grandpa Lane in the Petersfield area of Westmoreland. Everton Clarke, he was a man who used to walk around and sell DVDs and CDs. He lived alone in a rented house. Our information is that Everton, he was last seen alive on Wednesday, January 24 at the house where he lived. On Monday morning, January 29, about minutes to 10 o'clock, residents of the area, they smelled a foul odor coming from the house. As a result, they called the police. On the arrival of the police, we are told that Everton, he was seen lying on the floor with his feet elevated on the bed. He was in a state of decomposition. His body was removed and the police, they are awaiting a postmortem to ascertain how Everton met his demise. Sad indeed. Now, over at Spot Valley in the parish of St. James, a man named Mr. Roy Scott, he's about 73 years old and he lived alone in his house. We are told that over the years, Mr. Scott, he has been in and out of the police station in the area. When it's not him making a report, it's someone making a report against him. It is said that the piece of land that Mr. Scott lived on, he had collected money from different persons in the area for it. He had also gone to the station on many occasions and made reports that persons stole his goat. Well, from all indication, someone decided on getting rid of 73-year-old Mr. Scott. Last night, Tuesday, January 30, about minutes after 9 o'clock, residents of the area, they saw Mr. Roy Scott's house on fire and they called the fire department and the police. By the time members of the fire brigade arrived, the entire house was engulfed in flames. They carried out cooling down operation. Now, Checks were made in the burnt out house, and the charred remains of Mr. Roy Scott was seen lying on the floor on its back with a burnt out mattress over his body. You heard that? The charred remains of Mr. Scott was seen lying on the floor on its back with a burnt out mattress over his body. Whosoever it was that got rid of Mr. Scott, they put a mattress over him and set that mattress on fire. Boy, may I tell you, the mayhem. Now, over at Zambia in the central village area of St. Catherine, yesterday morning, Tuesday, January 30, a team of police officers and soldiers, they were on an operation in the area. They went searching for guns and ammunition, which intelligence suggested were buried in the area. Whilst they were conducting the search of a premises, the team, they discovered human remains and items of clothing in a shallow grave in the area. The skeletal remains were removed and the crime scene processed. Postmortem and DNA analysis will be done to ascertain who the deceased person or persons are and the cause of death. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to be notified. In the final story for today, that guy on your screen, his name is Coleridge, Greenland, but he was popularly known as Biggs or CJ. Biggs was born on September 22, 1997, 26 years old, and he lived at Welcome Hall in the Springfield area of St. James. We are told that Biggs, he was a known hoodlum who has been in and out of jail. Last night, Tuesday, January 30, about 8:30, residents of the Welcome Hall area, they reportedly heard gunshots being fired and they called the police. When the police went and made checks, Biggs, he was seen lying face down in bushes close to his house with gunshot wounds to his abdomen, the left side of his chest, and the left side of his face. Biggs, he died on the spot. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, a number of 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PlNG Vlog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Jamaica.